For quite a while now, I've noticed that Baki fans have gotten pretty comfy with the idea of idolizing Yujiro Hanma to the point where they see him as a role model. I mean, the guy is tough and strong, he's the alpha male, the one who calls the shots. That's enough for some fans to look up to Yujiro as some sort of idol. If you tell these folks that Yujiro is a despicable creature who's committed atrocious acts, they'll probably say you just didn't get the series, and if you're not a fan of Yujiro, you're not a fan of Baki. The truth is, Yujiro is a great character. He's well written and perfectly plays his antagonist role. I love this character for his story and narrative, but to say he's my role model would be too ridiculous. Yujiro is a criminal. He has committed so many heinous acts that no one bothers to keep count anymore. That's why he's been nicknamed the Ogre. But what exactly is an ogre? Ogres are mythological creatures that are often portrayed in most stories as diabolical beings causing chaos and suffering. They wouldn't hesitate to eat men or children, which is why they're usually presented as the villains that the hero must defeat. There are also other versions of ogres that are much friendlier, but Yujiro is clearly not one of them. The thing is, we gotta learn to separate reality from fiction. My beef with Yujiro Hanma is strictly within the realm of the storyline. He's not a real person who can be judged for his immoral deeds. So before we go any further, remember this is just a video about the fictional representation of the character in the series. I'm not saying he's a bad character or anything like that. For example, we all love Hanayama. He's a super popular character known for his feats of strength, but he's also known for being Baki's best friend and for backing him up in his worst times. Hanayama is also a criminal. After all, he's the mafia boss running all sorts of illegal businesses all over Japan. However, what sets Hanayama apart from Yujiro is that he'd never go after people without a solid reason. We've seen Yujiro walk into gyms and beat up folks just because he was bored. Hanayama loves good fights, but he would never do something like that. That's why he's so different from Yujiro, even though he's a mobster. Now, let's recall some of the worst actions the ogre committed throughout his life. In his own words, he spread his seed all over the world. What he conveniently left out, though, is that he did it by forcing people, regardless of who they were. We all know he forced Diane and ended up making her the mother of his child. He did something similar with a guy named Joe William, but the worst part is that his reason for doing it is just plain ridiculous. According to the Tagaki, the ogre has so much testosterone that he sees the rest of living beings as women. To Yujiro, there's no one more masculine than himself. It would be hilarious if this were literal and Yujiro actually sees all men as if they were women. Let's not forget about what he did to poor Baki, his own son. Yujiro tormented Baki since he was a kid and forced him to train so he could give him a good fight. He also took away one of his friends and his mother in the worst way possible. Yujiro is a great character, but if we take a closer look, we realize that he's not really the person the viewer should relate to. In that case, Baki would be a better choice. It really creeps me out when someone says they look up to Yujiro. I mean, with so many awesome characters, why would you choose the ogre as your role model? Anyway, remember this is just an analysis, focusing on the fictional part of the story. There's nothing wrong with you liking Yujiro as a character. What we're questioning in this video are his actions within the story and nothing more. The truth is, since his fight against Baki, the ogre has changed a lot and left some of his old ways behind. For instance, he's no longer going around hitting anyone who gets in his way. What do you think about Yujiro as a character? Do you believe he's really changing his ways and his personality? Share your thoughts and suggestions in the comments box. And well, friends, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked it. I hope you have a nice day or night. See you soon.